28 years ago, today, 18th of February, I was born into this life to what is probably my last reincarnation cycle. And just like every one of you lovely infinite beings, I had no idea what awaited me in this life, what I was going to experience in this life. I had no idea that I was going to experience all of those struggles, all of the suffering, born as a pure, innocent child, all filled with life, filled with joy, filled with eagerness. And as the years go by, we get broken down to bits and pieces. We learn to shed our skins over and over and over. We learn to adopt new things, to let go of old things. We are shaped by this life into what is. We are taught by this life that we have to remember that we are the extension of all that is. All the way from the struggles, the suffering, the miseries, the sadness, the traumas, the crises, to the joy and happiness and bliss and love and gratitude to for life and peace and harmony and connections, to the growth and development and expansion in awareness and consciousness. Everything that we experience was exactly what we came here to experience. And although there is sometimes an unbearable moments, there are some real down periods, there are some real down times, but there is also some real high times. If we learn to just allow ourselves to experience all that is, eventually we are going to reach to the place we have come here to arrive to. Eventually we're going to remember the thing that we came here to remember. That you are the one who's going to bear ancestral healing, who's going to bear centuries, decades of ancestral healings, and you are the one who's going to completely shift the timeline of your lineage. That you are the one who's going to lead in the collective ascension. That you are the one who's going to remember who you truly are. To remember that to realize that you are the extension of all that is. That all that is lies right here within you. That you are the extension of source, of the infinite source of creation, of the infinite pure conscious energy. And remember that you chose specifically this journey here on life. That you were so excited and eager to come here to experience the whole range of emotions, the whole spectrum of emotions, to experience everything that this 3D reality had to offer. And find joy and love and game and play and gratitude through it. The problem is that we don't fully understand, we don't really understand that everything we've been through, that all of those struggles, that all of the suffering, that all of the trauma, the crises, the misery, the sadness, the happiness, the joy, the challenges, is exactly what made us who we are today, is exactly the same things that made us have our vision for the future, is what created our aspirations in life, is what created our own desires. And so by despising the past that shaped you into wanting whatever you want from the future is hypocritical by nature. And now I find myself going over and over back again to some down times, to no matter how much I try to break through, no matter how much I try to overcome my fears, to overcome my desperation, to overcome my neediness or my feelings of lack sometimes, of what is or what is not, or my feelings of frustration of how the things end up here, of what am I going to do next, what am I even doing now, is this really going to lead me to my joy, to my freedom? Am I really seeking my freedom from within? Am I relying on some external things? Am I putting all my worth and value in what I'm doing externally? Am I falling behind? Am I behind everyone else? I still from time to time re-experience such thoughts, and they could sometimes pull me back into survival mode, into fear, into anxiety, into acting upon fear, into taking action in the wrong direction, which also happens to be the right direction, because if that direction does not lead you to what exactly you have been desiring, then it means it was only there to serve as another lesson, that you took it because you had some more blockages, that you had some more limitations to overcome. And that so everything is one integrated part of our journey. Once we realize that this whole journey is about exploration, that we came here with the intention of exploring all that is, exploring the whole range of emotions, because that's exactly what's needed, we start seeing some kind of light to the experience. We start seeing that this whole experience is all about light, that the darkness is just the impression, the projection of what we hold against ourselves within, of how we are going against our natural path from within. Resistance to what is, resistance to what is not, resistance to flow with nature, resistance to experience the life we're meant to experience. It's okay to find yourself sometimes feeling like crying, feeling like not doing anything, feeling like spending the rest of the day in your bed. It's okay to give yourself some down times, but through those down times you replenish your energy. It's through those down times, through the times in which you're not thinking about what should I do with my life, am I on the right path, was that the right decision to make, was that the right action to take. Those are the times when you're not thinking about those things, is exactly when you break through, is exactly how you replenish. You are filling yourself with energy once again, because you give yourself time to remember, you allow yourself to feel. You're not living through the mind, you're living through the heart and the body. You allow everything to surface, you allow what you hide, what you avoid, what you escape from, what you're running from, to resurface. Although it might feel terrible, although it might make you feel bad for yourself, it might make you feel self-pity, to feel all of those emotions, to see the contrast between emotions, to see the contrast between what emotions you were hoping to feel and what emotions are surfacing up, between what emotions you think you've overcame and what emotions are still lying there dormant. To realize that there are still blockages, that it's an everlasting, life is about up and down, that there is always going to be some moments in which some new things are going to arise, because the more you shift your reality, the more you are ascending, the higher you are ascending, the more you need to unblock, the more you need to release, the more you need to let go of yourself and of that outside of you, until you remember that everything outside of you and everything within you is one integral part of who we truly are, of who everyone truly is. And so on this day I find myself reminded by this. I found myself thinking about all of those thoughts, but then I was able to find gratitude for all that is, to remember to see it from from the eyes of light, to see it through the light rather than through its darkness, to see that all of my struggles as a child, to see that all my unfulfilled wishes as a child, to see all my traumas as a child for what they truly are, an exploration of emotions, an exploration of blockages, an exploration of healing, because that's exactly what made me who I am today. And I was able to really harbor the gratitude, although through a teary eye perhaps, but you find the gratitude, you choose the gratitude. Although you might feel a little bit down, although you might feel wary and unknowing of why things happen that way, although you might have some doubt, gratitude is all there is to life. Feeling gratitude is the most powerful signal that you are letting go, that you are accepting life for what it exactly is. And once you do that, once that happens, once you're able to reach to that state, you realize how far along your journey you've come. From the days I used to look with negativity and despair and hatred and resentment and frustration to what has happened, to what is happening, to now being able to love it for what it is, to consider it an integral part of who I am and my exploration journey in this life. And for that I'm truly ever so grateful. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you for being part of my journey, for sharing everything I share on here with me, for having this space, this sacred space between us to connect and to raise the collective frequency, to aid in the collective ascension and healing of this planet. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video by AFsConsciousFrequency.